This is Matador News, and these are today's headlines. The U.S. government may shut down if parties don't come to a budget agreement. And another rough day on Wall Street as the market struggles to stage a rebound. Hello, and welcome to Matador News. I'm Enrie Amezcua.
And I'm Jesus Mendez.
President Trump delivers a message of faith at the National Prayer Breakfast this morning, saying the U.S. is truly blessed to be American.
So today, inspired by our fellow citizens, let us resolve to find the best within ourselves.
Trump also says faith is central to American life and liberty, and the founders invoked the Creator 4 times in the Declaration of Independence.
White House aide Rob Porter denies allegations of abuse after details from his 2 ex-wives released this week. Porter has resigned, saying these allegations are simply false. Senior aide to President Trump told CNN they knew for months about alleged abuse by his ex-wives. Porter's 2 ex-wives say Porter became violent during their marriages. One told CNN that Porter kicked her during one fight claiming to Porter's girlfriend says that Porter repeatedly abused her. Porter is one of the important players in President Donald Trump's daily routine and helped write last week's State of the Union address.
The House of Representatives may be voting on a massive 2-year budget agreement today. The agreement will provide the Pentagon and domestic programs with an extra $300 billion. House Majority Leader Mitch McConnell officially presented the bill late last night.
It will help us serve the veterans who bravely served us. And it will ensure funding for important efforts such as disaster relief, infrastructure, and building on our work to fight opioid abuse and drug addiction.
Those who supported the bill included Republican allies of the Pentagon and Democrats petitioning for more spending on infrastructure and fighting opioid abuse. The votes are not yet locked in. Many congressmen are concerned about the added spending in the budget.
In Los Angeles, community members protest after a teenager was shot and killed by sheriff deputies in Westmont on Sunday. During a community meeting last night with the sheriff's civilian committee, residents and the victim's relatives expressed anger. Deputies had responded to a call for a young man with a gun. Police shot the 16-year-old when they say he turned towards them during the chase. Officials have not recovered the weapon, and they say they believe someone from the crowd took the gun in confusion right after the shooting.
Drowsy driving may be a bigger problem than we thought. Matador News reporter Leslie Estrada is in the newsroom with the latest information. Leslie?
Thank you, Ernie. AAA did a research on common causes of accidents. Researchers put 1,000 cameras in the car and studied the drivers, determining 10% accidents involve drowsiness. CSUN Sociology professor Akbar says his commute makes him tired, and students agree. On your commute to work, do you commute far, or do you?
I do. I come
Where do you
from
commute from? Los Angeles. So how long is your commute?
Depends on the time of the day. Again, it depends whether I'm coming 8 o'clock. Today it took about 20 minutes in the morning.
Oh, wow.
But in the afternoon when I go back, it takes an hour and a half. When I'm coming at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, I'm going to 2 hours.
How many hours of sleep do you normally get?
Probably about 6 hours.
6 hours of sleep. Do you think that affects your driving in any way?
Maybe in the morning when I'm tired coming to school.
A lot of accidents are caused by drivers falling asleep at the wheel, but our students at CSUN find ways to keep themselves awake.
I'm never falling asleep at the wheel or anything, but I am pretty tired in the morning.
Do you have to bump music? Like, what's your everyday routine?
Yeah, I definitely crank up the music, the oldies, the old rock classics.
Now let's go back to the studio with Jesus.
Thank you, Leslie. The hashtag #MeToo movement is coming for the U.S. military. Last month, a hashtag #MeToo protest was held outside the Pentagon. Countless numbers of victims are now coming forward to tell their sexual harassment stories. The number of documented complaints between 2015 and 17 has risen 13%, not accounting for those that never came forward. This is a problem that runs farther than Hollywood, Silicon Valley, newsroom, or Congress.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un presided over an extravagant military parade. The event took place at Pyeongchang King Sung Square on the eve of Pyeongchang's Winter Olympics in South Korea. The event featured fewer missiles than last year's parade. North Korea announced last month an upcoming event to mark the 70th anniversary of its founding military.
A new program benefiting the homeless in LA kicks off. The first of 6 homeless donation meters will open up in Grant Park downtown. The money collected will be donated to homeless outreach programs that offer mental and medical aid. The meter donation program is part of the Real Change movement to create awareness. City Council Jose Huizar and LA County Supervisor Hilda Solis are expected to attend the afternoon ceremony.
Now let's go on to Ana Ramos with the latest in business.
Thank you, Enrie. Another down day on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down. Tech stocks are doing a little bit better, up slightly. The market is suffering its biggest plunge since Monday, down about 2.5%. Twitter has made profits for the first time in its 12 years lifespan. The social media giant earned $91 million last quarter. The results are much different than the $167 million loss it suffered in the last quarter of 2016. One problem that continues to be an issue for Twitter executives is the lack of growth in the monthly users and the difficulty of filtering abusive content. Billionaire Patrick Soon-Shiong is buying the LA Times. The deal will give the Times a comeback to local ownerships after 18 years. Los Angeles Mayor Garcetti says great city needs a great newspaper, and Los Angeles depends on the LA Times to tell its story every day. The deal would cost Soon-Shiong approximately $500 million. Here's Matador News' Anissa Pillai in the newsroom with more on the big change happening in the Orange Grove.
CSUN's Orange Grove Bistro is turning into the Hyatt Place Hotel with construction starting early 2018. The university plans to open the hotel in late 2019 with final approval pending from the CSU Board of Trustees. The funding is coming from the developer and will cost about $52 million. CSUN students are not happy with the decision to build a hotel on campus. What kind of impact will this have on the campus?
I think it will have a negative impact just because campus is already very populated, and having more people out of town will just increase the population.
How do you feel about the Orange Grove Bistro turning into a hotel?
I don't agree with it, to be honest, because to start off, the Orange Grove is, in my opinion, just a big, beautiful part of CSUN. It's like a lot of people, everybody knows about the Orange Grove. And I believe they're also getting rid of the duck pond as well.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. If anything, if they're gonna, at least I don't agree with them building a hotel, because there's 40,000 students here. If they're gonna build a new building, it should be a new parking lot.
Alumni, athletes, and out-of-town visitors will now have a place to stay. Now let's go to Katelyn Von Meter for sports.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions for the first time, and this morning they celebrated. On Thursday morning, fans gathered around Philadelphia to experience the championship parade. The parade was 4.8 miles long. Eagles players, coaches, staff, and their families celebrated this historic moment. Head coach Doug Peterson held the Super Bowl trophy. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Cleveland Cavaliers have finalized a trade just hours left before the trade deadline. The Lakers are sending Larry Nance Jr. and Jordan Clarkson. In return, the Cavaliers are sending Isaiah Thompson, Channing Frye, and a protected first-round pick to LA. It's clear if the Lakers are looking to complete more deals, but today is the final day to make potential moves. The Los Angeles Kings faced off against the Edmonton Oilers in last night's game. 2 minutes into the first period, Kyle Clifford made it 1-0 for the Kings. Adrian Kempe extended the Kings' lead 2-0. The Oilers, after the Kings' second goal, tied the game.
Lewis Smith hands it off. Ledoux, shot!
The Los Angeles Kings beat the Edmonton Oilers 5-2 in last night's victory. Now let's go back to Anna for entertainment.
Thank you, Katelyn. CBS has announced Omarosa's role on the TV show Celebrity Big Brother. She was previously on the show The Apprentice. Omarosa is known for working closely with President Trump as a political consultant, but she quit the White House late last year. It's unclear what she can say about the Trump administration on the show. NBC Universal will be covering the Olympics and broadcasting every minute of each event online. Viewers that are looking to see any sport or athlete they like will now be able to access them on a computer, tablet, or phone by logging on to NBCOlympics.com or by downloading the NBC Sports app. You can watch every event for free. Competitions will begin tonight, while the opening ceremony will be aired on Friday. Now back to you, Katelyn.
Thanks, Anna. A stomach bug outbreak in South Korea has Olympic officials, workers, and fans concerned. The norovirus is a highly contagious bug that can be spread throughout contaminated food, water, and in-person contact. Symptoms of this bug include stomach pain, fever, body aches, and vomiting. There are already 128 confirmed cases of the norovirus. Almost 1,200 Olympic workers have been quantified until their test results confirm they are not affected. Over 900 military personnel have been brought in to temporarily replace some of the workers. Officials are urging for attendees to maintain proper personal hygiene, seeing that is the most effective way to avoid contracting the bug. Lawmakers in New York are asking to make detergent Tide Pods less pretty. State Senator Brad Holman says they are worried about public safety. Teens and children are apparently eating them. Holman says they're squishy, they smell sweet, and they look like gummy bears. Tide took action by making PSA ads starring Patriots player Rob Gronkowski during the Super Bowl. Now let's go back to Aaron for more of the weather.
Thank you, Kate. Gerber announces the first baby with Down syndrome as the 2018 spokesbaby. Lucas Warren was this year's contest winner. Dad Jason says his son's cute and bubbly smile was chosen out of 140,000 photos sent in.
I heard it was 140. I was like, wow, he beat that many people out of this. It's just, it adds to the experience knowing that he won this thing.
His parents are overwhelmed with excitement, hoping this will spread awareness about people with disabilities. Lucas will appear on Gerber's social media page all year long. His parents will also receive a $500,000 prize. They say they plan to save the money for Lucas's college education.
SoCal will stay warm Thursday and Friday before a cooling trend moves towards the weekend. Northridge temperatures are sunny today with highs of 85 and lows of 54 degrees. Tomorrow is expected to be in the mid-80s and with nighttime temperatures in the low 50s. Expected cloudy skies for the next week forecast. Thank you for watching Matador News. I'm Jesus Mendez.
I'm Caitlin Von Meter.
I'm Enrie Amezcua.
And I'm Anna Ramos.